I believe it was $1.05 it closed at today. And there's absolutely no rhyme or reason
Wait a minute.
for the stock to move.
Whoa, stop here a second. You bought it at 85. It's at $1.05 right now. You could have went out and bought GM or Chrysler stock and done better than that.
Well, this is 3 days, for goodness sake. I'm up 27%. But nobody knows. But obviously, it's in Venezuela. So is there been something going on in Venezuela that we don't know about?
Nope. And I get information from them all day long, every day, and there's nothing new.
And are you familiar with golden reserves?
Yes. They had their property swallowed up just like Crystal X did.
It's very strange.
And I know of no way that they will receive it back short of an overthrow of the government, an invasion by the United States, or the people voting the president out of office. And I don't know, what does he get, 3 more years to go? And his popularity is down to about 50%. And so he's on shaky ground there. He could, of course, over the next 3 years build that back up again. But people are not happy. Now, the problem is, as it always has been, the opposition, they're all CFR, trilateral, Bilderberger types. So, you get a Hobson's choice. It's terrible. And that's what those people in that country and in Latin America in general have had to put up with for centuries, mind you.
So would you stay away from miners in Venezuela?
I don't know any. I wouldn't recommend any. Nor would I recommend them in Africa or China or Afghanistan. Mongolia. Look what Mongolia's done.
Should I take my 20?
The communist government in Ecuador, Bolivia. You might have another war going on between Colombia and Venezuela, so I wouldn't buy anything there. The Argentinians are crazy. I mean, they're setting out to destroy their currency again. The sanity is in Brazil, where the president has an 81% approval rating, which is phenomenal. And then in Chile and Uruguay, and those are the 3 places you can invest in South America.
So I should take my 27% and be happy.
Right. And if you want a stock to buy, I'll give you one.
Well, before you go there, he's the broker for Republic Trading Group. I think I should be his stockbroker, because this guy is he's bubbling over, and it's not that hot, so it's not because of the heat, but he's bubbling over because he's had a 27% increase from a stock that he paid 85 cents for.
And look, even a blind dog can find a bone every now and again.
That's absolutely correct. Woof, woof.
See, this way I could make a commission off of selling and buying stock for him. See, and he could have somebody.
You may be able to.
I'm helping support Wells Fargo.
And he could get mad at me rather than at himself. You see, I'd be letting him off the hook in many different ways.
Do you think I was crazy to sell out all of my miners because I'm fearful of a major downdraft in the next 4 weeks?
Are you asking me or Bob?
Bob.
He already knows.
I think it was rather short-sighted, to say the least. They've gone up since then. Gold is higher, and unexpectedly so. But the Chinese and the Indians are in the market. And they're going to be in the market for a month. You get Diwali coming up. You get the wedding season. You get the Chinese telling, hey, everybody, buy gold and silver. And they get opening stores all over, even little towns that got, 3,000 or 4,000 people. Every single bank in China has gold and silver bars anywhere from 2 grams to 2 kilos available for investment. And they get it on television, maybe 3 or 4 ads an hour. I mean, get real. That's the physical market. That's the one they can't control. And so, look at this morning. Don't you think that the central bankers would have loved to have knocked down that plus 1320, they either don't have the gold or won't spend it.
Do you think China
So
supports?
they're screwed. The physical market's going to take over. Right now, the share's a little tentative because the traders are saying, well, gee, we got G20 and we got big Treasury auctions again this week. We got option settlement. I think we ought to wait and see what happens on Thursday.
What about the Fed tomorrow?
Yeah, you got the FOMC meeting. Nothing's going to happen there, though, and they know that.
Well,
nothing's going to change. Look, they're going to keep on printing money and credit.
Well, sure.
Look, they pulled out with the Fed buying treasuries. It's unbelievable. They're buying over 50% of all treasuries.
I know. Everybody was running around the floor of the exchange yesterday with those 10,000 Dow hats on. And this morning they were saying, you see, look, September's almost over, the worst month in the financial calendar, and it's a damp squib. We over the hump. Everything is clear sailing from here on out.
That's what I heard about swine flu. I'm hearing indications it's already peaked. 800-313-9443. Nobody has no stinking questions for the three amigos today.
Well, they're probably all out selling their gold and silver stocks.
Speaking of...
Incidentally, 90% of all the people who rate gold and silver stocks, among other things, are bearish on gold. And if you're a contrarian, you got to be jumping up and down with joy.
Well, we'll see if we can make anybody jump up and down here, because when we get back, Robbie's going to give them the Bob Chapman deal of the day. Isn't that right, Robbie?
Yes, I will.
All righty then. 800-313-9443. I know you're out there. By the magic of my big ears, I can hear you breathing. I almost hasten to say this, Bob, but according to USAA's Johnson, guy by the name of Johnson, he said gold miner stocks may rise twice as much as bullion. Uh-oh. Looks like...
He's dead wrong. They will go up a minimum of 5 times bullion. So if bullion goes from 1 to 2,000, you'll expect to see a 5-fold increase in a stock like Agnico Eagle or Gold Corp or Mine Finders or Silver Standard. These are better quality stocks. And that's what happened before. In fact, in the last run between 78 and 80, and I'm probably the only one alive left who was a broker specializing in it at that time, we saw gains of East Ram Propriety and Durban Deep went from 35 cents to $52 and $55. So get ready.
Well, we got loaded phones, but before we do that, we must have the deal of the day.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Drum roll, please.
We've never offered these before. They kind of unique, kind of sort of. These are Belgian Leopold II 20 franc gold coins, 0.1867 ounces of pure gold, minted between 1867 and 1882. They're in XF condition, $235. Order 20 or more, $4,700, and receive a year subscription to the International Forecaster or an extension, plus a fine ceramic mug, courtesy of RBN. All you got to do is call 800-691-7898.
What was the dates on that? 1867 to what?
1882.
1882.
Well, Leopold wasn't really a good guy. He was the guy that the Belgian Congo
That's right.
infamous for, where I believe it was Leopoldville, the capital was named after him.
That's correct.
And he raped
and he was a butcher. He
raped and pillaged the country.
And I'm assuming here the XF means extra fine?
Extra fine.
Extra fine. So these
sort of like Robbie, extra fine.
Extra fine to AU condition.
Okay. All right. Almost uncirculated? What's AU stand for?
Yeah, it's kind of like about pregnant. Makes as
What
much
was
sense.
that again?
I don't know.
Well, about uncirculated. It's just one of the crazy terms in the coin business.
But these.
Did Robbie say he had a tummy ache?
He never stands sideways in anybody's presence, if you'll note.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, so you said those were $235 a piece, and 20 will run us what?
$4,700.
$4,700. Oh, my goodness. That's a pretty good deal.
It sure is. And incidentally, all of those small coins, they're all playable and payable. They're all good. And if you need diversification, and sometimes, the smaller coins in the American Eagle series are hard, if not impossible to get. You do these and the other francs and the marks and the sovereigns and so on.